we go. Dr. Fred, are you ready? I'm ready. All right, so this simplexity, you can see, can get a little complexity. But don't vex about the complexity because it's simple. You just have to understand that the brain is complex. We call it brain integration. You know what brain integration is? How about walking? You know, people used to walk. They don't walk anywhere. They all try and park right outside the office. Even when it's full, they try and park right outside. There's a parking space, and it's never full at all, just around the corner here. Oh, no. I would have to walk from there to here. You know what? I've parked over there, because there's no cars over there. There are now, but there weren't. Then I changed to, and you always see my car is the furthest away. Even you guys want the closest. And I want the furthest because you sit 90% of your day. It's called, you just sit. But the brain works on movement, integration, left, right. People who have problems learning are right, right, left, left. That is how a monkey walks. They walk like this. You're supposed to walk like this, crossed. You're supposed to cross them over. And by the way, that little, when you walk, I always say, do you swing your arms? I asked a patient today. He says, I don't even know if I do. See? So now the physiology has to have movement. Now, it's quite simple because the physiology, the lymphatic system, which is where the white blood cells, your immune system lives, needs movement. It doesn't have like a pump, like the arterial blood supply. So if you don't move it, it don't move. Now, the gut has to do with movement. The brain has to do with movement. So to stimulate this, you have to put in this afferent. And the beauty is these spokes that you enter into the system. To the system are afferent. Which means you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You don't have to accentuate it. All you got to do is this. Just because you do that, well, that was pretty good. I pulled my hamstrings in. You don't have to. I got 80, 90-year-olds doing this. In the chair. They just sit down and I go, just do that. And you know the number one reason, the number one age group for falls? You guessed it, 80 and above. And also, it's the number one cause of death. Once they fall, it's the pain that will shut you down. This is the psychology. This is the brain. This is the heart. This is your physiology. And physiology lives. If you don't use it, you lose it. Is a physiological law. Now what I would do, what chiropractors do is they move. They move. They like put motion, whether you call it flexion, distraction, flexion, opening up. See? The patient you'll have problems with is the one who can't go back. Because those, see, when I was at school, because of those discs, those facet joints are inflamed. And then they walk like this. How do my eyes look? Do they look nervous? Do I look like I'm going to fall? Yeah, of course you do. A little apprehensive. I'm okay. So what do you want to do? Put some motion and then do light decompression, which is, you know what another word for decompression is? Stretching. Stretching. I checked 2 doctors this weekend, and they couldn't put their hands past their knee. Would you call that flexible? Couldn't put them past. You don't have to go run marathons. In fact, we would recommend. But if you walk to your car over there and it was a little further down, why? Because I want to walk to my car. I want to get some motion, because really standing over a table, very difficult. It's not like I'm sweating. Oh my goodness. Most of my hand movements, stretching, adjusting, see, it's like this. Very little work, very little effort, but it's the efficiency of the joint. That's what you want. So, to wrap it up here, it's sensory. You want to stimulate through sensory, not motor. Motor is the sympathetic adrenal activating system. That's the stress. You don't want to stress. This side is relax. Tranquilo. Meditate. Have a cup of tea. Stretch. See, very passive. Motion is passive. Movement is active. I don't want that. That's sympathetic. Motor. This is the motor side of life. Most people never sit around. Relax. I told my 94-year-old mother, relax, you're doing good. Then she wanted to go out, and then my honey, Susie, she bought a nice little blankie. Oh, my mother said, that girl knows how to buy blankets. I said, she sure does. She couldn't. I said, I'm going to take that blanket away. And she suddenly said, no, you're not. See? I got my 94-year-old, that's called desire. That's cool. Don't you take that from me. I don't get many presents at 94. Okay? Hey, adjustment. Make the adjustment. Come to a training. Come to the office. Hey, get it going. That's your Rhino moment. Keep charging.